Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You just heard defense counsel talk to you a while about their case. You heard me before come and talk to you about liability and why you should fine for my client. And the defense told you a lot of different things. You heard them talk a lot about the tragic death of my client's father. Tragic as it was. You may interpret some of that as blaming a dead man, as I do. You heard them talk a lot about children play inappropriately a lot. You even heard their expert witness talk to you about children forget things. And it's actually the parents' fault for pushing this issue, pushing it to litigation, reminding this child that he's been sexually assaulted. You heard their expert say that. The same expert that I showed you is paid $600 an hour to do what she did, to tell you what she said. You heard a lot from the defense. And now the issue that they brought forward is there's no medical bills in this case. There's only $1,000 and little John only went to the psychologist twice. $1,000. And the most important thing that shows you in this case, and this is the crux of everything, is do the medical bills decide the damages? And what my expert told you is children don't forget. And I often wonder, why is it that sometimes some of us have to sleep with the door open? Or you have to sleep with it closed? And as I talked about in voir dire a couple days ago, how many people sleep with a nightlight on? Because it's been 30 years since you were scared of the dark. How many of us have to have the TV playing? But it's been 25 years since you lived with your parents and had that comfort of people talking around you. How many people are petrified of a dog? But it's been 40 years since that dog bit you on your arm. How many of us are abusive to your spouse? But yet it's been 30 years since your father attacked your mother. There is a great principle that my expert talked about. It's called the blank slate. Aristotle said, tabula rasa. You are a blank slate. And it is your experiences that decide who we are today. So what is the blank slate for little John? It's been filled with cartoon pictures of a penis being inserted in his mouth. That became reality. That's what his tabula rasa will say. His innocence is gone. To be held down, as you've heard throughout this trial, and orally raped for 4 minutes. What will he recall when he's an adult? That was 30 seconds. He was raped for 4 minutes. That was 30 seconds of uncomfortableness where you're wondering, what is he doing? You're getting nervous. You're feeling something in you. You need to move. You need to do something. That was 30 seconds. So anything you hear from the defense of it was only 4 minutes, it was a short period of time, that was 30 seconds. This case has nothing to do with $1,000. I didn't even really want to put the medical bills in because it's not about that. I told you in voir dire, this is $1 million case. Because what is the loss of your innocence worth? what will he become with this permanent damage that not just I told you, but a medical expert told you? Is it the loss of his father that many of us go through and we overcome? Or is it the oral rape that took place because a teacher decided to not do her job and not watch children, which is the sole focus of her job? I'm not going to tell you a number to bring back, because the 12 of you will decide what justice is worth and what the loss of innocence is worth in this case. And if you think that's minimal, my client and I, we have no qualms at all. But today is about justice. Justice that they wouldn't get from us, so we had to file a lawsuit to come take it. And I hope I've done enough to prove to you that we deserve it. And looking at this child right here with his headphones on, not being able to hear what we're talking about right now, is proof enough that he's going to make it. I'm going to make sure he makes it. But today, the 12 of you decide, how do we get there? Thank you. That was pretty much kind of ballpark.